day zero, somewhere near LA, I decided to drive my car up to my parents up in Washington, drop my car off, and then rent a car and drive all the way to San Diego, which mainly because I'm that guy that's probably going to catch COVID or lose my backpack on the plane or something like that. So I just didn't want to bother with it. And I like driving, so I just rented a car, drove down here, and it was probably a good decision because it forced me to really think about the hike and get mentally prepared, and also think about my gear. And a lot of people have been asking, what are you carrying on your PCT hike? And actually, Kevin from work has been asking me what all am I taking. So this video is for you, Kev. It's for those people who are interested or who may be trying to do a thru hike. I am not an experienced thru hiker. I am experienced with backpacking, but I think there's a different mentality there. As thru hiking, you're trying to go as light as you can. My thought process is that you're either hiking or you're either sleeping in your tent, instead of just hanging around in camp where you may need extra clothes. So anyways, I'm gonna empty my backpack out and redo it so that I can show the gear that I'm taking for my thru hike. Some art lessons, I'll take that. I got some pencils in here. This is basically for map making, and that's my entertainment when I'm just sitting in my tent. Up here I got my tarp for my tent. I also wrote on it, PCT hiker to town, so I can use it as a sign to hopefully get a lift if I'm hitchhiking. I'll see if anyone really wants to pick me up, but one can dream. I'll have two of these smart water bottles. One's in the car. I've been drinking on it. So these are 1 liters each. So that'll be 2 liters. And then my bladder in here is 3 liters. So that's 5 liters of water. Finally, I got a solar umbrella. I'll probably use this just for the desert and then ditch it. I am bringing some fishing line. I'll probably just tie a string to my one of my trekking poles just for fun. I am bringing dice because that's what I do. I got a bag of quarters. There's maybe a couple showers on the way. Some rubber bands to help. I got these as a gift as well. So I'm going to try to use those as little straps or belts or whatever. I have these 2 clips. These work for the solar umbrella to attach it to my pack. And we got Mr. Happy Buddha here. He's going to keep me sane and keep other hikers happy, because look how happy this guy is. It's ridiculous. I decided to take a knife. A lot of people say, oh, you gotta take a gun or a knife, and I don't think it's necessary, but I did want to take one just because I do like bushcraft, and if I find myself in a situation where I need a knife and I don't have one, I'm gonna be mad at myself. Does have a little flint and steel option here on the side too. Taking a little pouch. I have a littler knife in here somewhere, but this will carry my maps. I have a little multi-tool in there, just like with scissors, and it's about this big, real tiny. But I'll carry snacks and that kind of thing in there. I have a sun hat for the desert, and also there's a top case here. This basically holds a book with information. It's pretty, I'm just gonna throw away the pages when I'm done with them, and also some extra maps, and also another water bladder. This is how I collect water, and then I'll go through my Sawyer squeeze to put fresh water into my bottles. And it gives me another 2 liters. So I could have 2 plus 2 of these. That's 4 liters, and then 3 in my pack. So that's 8 liters that I could carry if I needed to. Okay, this is my kitchen setup. I got the lid, I got a pot. It has a koozie on it. This will keep food warmer, so I can boil it and just keep it in this koozie. Great idea. It also has my fuel in here. I'm not sure how long that lasts yet, so that might be a hard lesson on the trail, but it should last me a few days anyway. This is the stove. So small. Look how small that is. It's beautiful. You just screw that into the fuel and you're ready to go. It also has a built-in lighter. So very cool. This fits in this pouch, and then this just goes in here with the lid on top, and this all fits into this nice bag. So cool setup. This is my air mattress. It's a bigger one. It literally gets like super thick. I'll probably hurt myself if I fall off it during the night. But I wanted a good pad, just because I want to get good sleep, and I like to sleep on my side. So I just this bag that it's in also can help blow up the bag. It captures air, and then you just crush it, and it goes into the air mattress. So it fills up pretty quick. I'm sure this will get annoying every day to do, but I think it's worth it for the comfort. This bag holds my quilt. I decided to go with a quilt rather than a sleeping bag. I guess they're saying that when you sleep in a sleeping bag, the bottom of it gets compressed and doesn't really keep you warm anyway. So this quilt or blanket doesn't have a bottom on it, and it just straps around your air mattress. So far I like it because I don't like the mummy bags. I feel constricted, and this is more like a blanket that just kind of wraps around you. So I like it. Also, thinking about it while driving down, I'm actually going to not use the sack. I'm actually just going to stuff my quilt in the bottom of the bag. At first I had my air mattress and my tent, which is a one-man tent. Great little tent. These two were on the bottom of my pack, and they fit great, but I was thinking about it, and when I get to camp, I don't want to dig around and look for my tent. It's the first thing I want to grab. So I'm rethinking that. That's why I like driving down here. It forced me to really think about this. I'm going to put this on the top of my pack so I can grab it easily, and I'll just throw this on the bottom once it's out of this compression sack, and that will fill in every nook and cranny on the bottom, and then I'll just stack everything else on the quilt. Okay, I got this pouch here. I can, it's part of my kitchen. I can pour water into a food pouch and then stick it in this, and it'll keep it warm so that it can hydrate the food over time instead of me using fuel. So kind of cool. I am taking a compass. I know no one else really carries them, but you just never know. Just handy to have. I got a little patch kit for my air mattress, sewing kit, and I got a little emergency brake blanket. I think in worst case scenario, I could probably, it's so light, I can probably just puncture a hole in here if I really needed a poncho in a you know, just an emergency. Chapstick, bug juice, hairband, wooden spoon to eat, mask, and toothbrush and toothpaste. This is my food bag right now. It has 4.5 pounds. This sack's probably half a pound. It is a bear bag, probably overkill, but I just know I can't hang my food in the desert. There's not going to be trees or shade, so I can just put all my food in here and just leave it on the ground, maybe, or tie it off to a bush or tree. So that is the plan. I will just be getting to towns, areas where I can resupply every 2 to 3 days usually, and then later on it gets harder, but should be able to get food as I go. Finally, I got my trekking poles. I do have some duct tape wrapped around it on both of them, just in case I need some duct tape. But these are actually also used for my tent. It will hold my tent up. It's a pretty cool system. Tent is super light. People talk about base weight a lot of times. Usually it's your pack, it's your tent, and your sleeping bag or sleeping quilt. And those three things weigh like 7 pounds. So it's just crazy what kind of gear is out there nowadays. With this pad that brings it up to probably about 9, just under 10 pounds for base weight. For those curious about the quilt, this is it. It's open at the bottom. It has a small zipper that I can kind of wrap myself around, but it has these straps that will go around my air mattress, and it's just all open, but it is super warm. Pretty cool. And so I'm going to stuff that into the bottom of my backpack right now, and try that out, because it should be like the first thing that goes in when I'm breaking camp, and probably the first thing that pops out. So I think that makes sense, just to put it on the bottom all loose, and then maybe I can use this cool sack for my clothes or something. I'm gonna figure that out right now. I also wanted to show you, here's the pouch. Keeps my water bladder in there, and I can disconnect this thing right here. See if you can see it. I can disconnect this thing and actually hook up my Sawyer squeeze to a bottle and fill this liter up. And it's just this little pouch. So very cool. I love it. Just to show you some last stuff in my butt pouch here. I'll probably have my wallet. This is my wallet. It has a couple credit cards. Has some cash in it. This is my other multi-tool. Oops. You see it has some scissors and some other tools in here. It's super light. And I'm keeping that in this, and my knife in my bag, so that in case I lose one or the other, at least I'll hopefully have a knife. I got some glasses, reading glasses. I'm keeping this in my pouch for now. Just, I feel like the first couple days will have the most use for blisters. And this is tape for my feet. And finally, this is a little sack for my GoPro, and the GoPro is actually going as well. And this is the first map that I'm going to need. And that's everything that's going to fit in there, except for maybe a few snacks for lunch, like some granola bars. But luckily, everything fit, so we're good to go. And I'm stoked. Finally, this was what I'll be wearing on the trail. I got a nice shirt that's breathable. It's has UV protection. I can roll up the sleeves for a short sleeve, and just very airy. So far, it's been pretty nice to wear. I got some shorts, quick dry. I will be wearing a belt. Probably don't need a belt, but I'm just a guy that wears belts. Okay, I feel comfortable in them. But you know, if I could drawstring them up if I needed to. Really good shorts. Hopefully they last. Quick drying. Got some underwear that's breathable, and I got some darn tough socks. As you saw in my pack, I got a second pair as well. And then finally, I've tried like 10 pairs of shoes, and finally these from Topo Athletic is what I'm going to go with. I tried the more popular trail runners, and they just didn't work for me. I felt like a ballerina. So I wanted something that had more of a boot feeling, because usually I like the big boots, but those weren't working as well because they're just too heavy. So I understand why people like trail runners, but for me, I needed the boot. And I also had to do this to the laces because it was just too tight. So I just skipped these 2 holes, and they now work perfect. So really excited to try those. Also, I have these sandals that I'm wearing, but I will take them as well for camp shoes.